We are directly after the mystery mixture analysis. So we had seen what the mixture looked like fizzing, and then I gave you free rein to take two white substances plus water and see if you could be detective, see if you could figure out which two white substances were in the mystery mixture. So you probably have a good idea now of which two you think make up the mystery mixture. You might have just looked at the crystals and the powder themselves and made a guess. Of course, this is science class, so I'm going to ask for evidence. I'm going to ask that you think about what you had written down. What observations did you write down? Did you consider time or duration of the fizzing when thinking about the mystery mixture? Did you consider the color that was the result of mixing two of these white substances plus water? You might have also found out that even though you had a good idea of what the mystery mixture might be, that there actually was a total of 7 combinations that fizzed. If you had asked anybody else in the class which were fizzing, you might be able to make a list of 7 different fizzing combinations, therefore making our little mystery a bit more complicated, something that we're going to have to look at again. So again, in this sense-making discussion, I want us to think about which two might have made up the mystery mixture, what support do you have, so you're going to have to read from your data, and what was the 7? What were the 7 total combinations that could be the mystery mixture? So at this time, I want you to pause your video and go into your science notebook and Notability, your science notebook, and find your mystery mixture analysis, the activity you did previous to this video. So the activity where there was 2 white powders mixed and then you're writing observations. So go ahead and pause it. I want you to look at your results, and then if you will split screen this video with your results, we can compare. So after looking at your reactions, it is a good bet that you have at least 1 to 4 of these combinations somewhere on your experimental sheet. And these are the combinations that do fizz. So go through your list and make a check mark. So one thing you might notice is that ascorbic acid shows up a lot. Ascorbic acid, there's 1 reaction, 2, 3 things with ascorbic acid. And ascorbic acid is not the only acid that is showing up. There's another one, citric acid, and 3 different combinations. You also might notice something a little bit peculiar. You might notice the root word carbonate in several of the fizzing mixtures. Carbonate. Now this is interesting because all of the mystery mixture possibilities have a acid or a carbonate, or sometimes both in the combination. How many of these combinations did you experiment with? And did you notice any fizzing? In the previous slide, you saw a possibility of 7 different combinations that caused fizzing. And I asked you to mark those in your worksheet. And the common word that I keep using is fizzing. So I want to discuss the term chemical reaction and what I mean by fizzing. Fizzing did not occur until I added water. Fizzing was the chemical reaction, and it occurred when I had 2 substances plus water. And then I got fizzing. And my white substances may have looked like they dissolved. They may have laid at the bottom, not fully dissolved, but all of those 7 combinations did fizz. So what is the fizz? What is happening? A chemical reaction is when I take 2 substances, or sometimes more, and I create something new. I'll use this word yield, or an arrow, to describe creating something new. So I had my 2 substances plus water, and I created something new. And what was that something? It was a gas, or bubbles, fizzing. And all 7 of those combinations yielded gas of some sort. So yielding gas is a form of a chemical reaction. It just means I've created something new that wasn't there before. I also want to point out that there are other new substances in those little dishes, that the citric acid or ascorbic acid or any of the carbonates are no longer there, that they're new substances. The point being, chemical reaction means taking something I once had and creating something new that cannot be reversed. Notice my yield arrow only going in one direction. That means it does not go back in the other direction. So I can't put the gas back, in other words. Chemical reaction is a term, that we're going to be using often in the next few weeks. This is just one type, a gas creation. And we were going to continue moving on with this investigation by considering the 7 fizzing reactions and again comparing it with a mystery mixture. Next in your Canvas lesson, you'll be asked to upload this mystery mixture summary A and mystery mixture summary B to your Notability. Remember to put these worksheets in your science notebook in Notability. So just like before, you are going to combine 2 substances with water to describe their fizzing. So again, we're going to describe fizzing, but we're looking for which fizzing is most like our mystery mixture. So I'm going to ask that you combine ascorbic acid plus calcium carbonate, 10 drops of water, describe the fizzing, and other observations. What I mean by that is, how is it like the mystery mixture, or is it not like the mystery mixture? Think about possibly timing how long each fizz reaction occurs. Really think about color. Pay attention to any odor. If you're in class, you could do that. If not, if you're online, you could do that. But again, look at some of these things you might not have considered before for other observations. Really, for now, leave the large scale observations blank. Leave this area blank. This will be for the next lesson. But again, make your 7 combinations and take very close detail of which one looks most like the mystery mixture. Hint, do the mystery mixture observation 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Kind of do it in between some of these. That way you can compare really easily. You don't have to remember from 5 minutes ago. Here's the second page of the mystery mixture. Again, I mentioned that there's a total of 7 combinations that fizz. In the mystery mixture, you're going to dabble that throughout your mystery mixture summary. So do that combination for the mystery mixture several times so that you can compare and do other observations really well.